Welcome back to On the Clock Podcast, guys, your center for the NFL Draft. Today, we're here with episode 8, and we're going to start off with Donovan's top 10, of course, and then we're bringing back two of our older segments. We have Goldmine and Guess the Prospect. So without further ado, let's get into it with Donovan's top 10.
Let's do it. I missed doing top 10 last week when we did the mock draft, but I love the mock draft. It was fun. Today, we are staying in the trenches. I feel like we've been doing that a lot lately.
yeah.
We're going to the interior defensive line, defensive tackles, and a few names that I added about last night. So it's a fairly new prospects for me. Let's get into it right now, though. Number 10 out of Navy, I have Landon Robinson. A lot of his success as a pass rusher sort of came out of stunts and not like a pure pass rush rep, which is one of the reasons I have him a bit lower. And he's definitely more of a finesse guy than a power guy, but he's super feisty. He's constantly playing through the whistle, and he was very productive this year, one of Navy's better defenders. Number 9, this name is going to maybe shock some people. I'm not sure where he's – I know he's looking at late day 3, early day 4. We'll see. He's my number 9 defensive tackle, though. His name's Caleb Proctor. He's out of southeastern Louisiana.
Wow.
And he's number 96 on my big board, so he's top 100. So he played at the FCS level, but nonetheless, he was super dominant. He's able to slip through guards and disrupt the run game with ease, it seemed like. He's super good with his hands, and he simply takes over the game as a pass rusher. I know he's at the FCS level. He had 9 sacks, though. That's extremely productive as a defensive tackle. You're coming from the interior. Number 8, out of Michigan, I have Rayshawn Benny. He'll occasionally line up in a stance about 1.5 yards back, like behind the foot of the down lineman, so it's a little bit weird. It almost looks like he's a linebacker. And I'm not sure if he does that to get off the line quicker, but I'll tell you what, I saw a few instances where it really worked, and he had an open gap and got to the quarterback and forced the quarterback to throw it away, or got a sack, or disrupted something in the run game. So it does work. That's not something he does every down. When he is in a three-point stance, he's able to shift the offensive lineman off balance and make stops in the run game. Number 7, I have Chris McClellan out of Missouri. He is number 90 on my big board. He is 324 pounds, but he's got more of a lean, athletic build for a defensive tackle. He has super long arms, and his footwork is super precise. He's not anything crazy with those arms in terms of technique, but that's definitely something that can be developed with the right coach. And he's a veteran of college football. He played significant snaps over the past 3 seasons, which isn't something you see a lot of the times with these prospects. And he's pretty even split as a run defender and a pass rusher. You're getting a solid, I would say, safe prospect with him, probably going to be late day 3. Number 6, I have Grayson Halton out of Oklahoma. He is number 71 on my big board, and he excels in the run game. He's got lots of raw strength. He's going to get the offensive lineman off balance, which I just talked about with whoever it was before. But he also has flashes of being a high-level pass rusher. He was on that defensive line with R. Mason Thomas. So I think he's a good prospect. He's, again, 71 on my big board. But that's 6 through 10. Tyler, as we've done every top 10, is there anyone I left off you wanted to mention?
Yeah, one guy I wanted to mention was Skylar Gill Howard. I don't know how much you wanted to talk about him, but he started 6 games for Texas Tech before he suffered an ankle injury that pretty much kept him out the rest of the year. But prior to the injury, he had Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week one week after returning an interception for a touchdown, actually. And he also had a little bit of a wrestling background, so it kind of shows his ability that he can have balance and play low, and he can win against taller interior linemen with that. And I think he was pretty productive even on that stacked defensive side of the ball for Texas Tech this year. I still think he was pretty productive, and he could be definitely a day 3 pick, but yeah, he could be some guy worth mentioning.
Yeah, I wanted to keep an eye out for him, obviously, with the injury and everything. He didn't end up making my top 10, but he's right around there. So let's get into the top 5. These guys are all top 50 on my big board, starting with Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech, who fell at number 49 on my big board. And all these numbers are subject to change for my big board, as we still have a month and a half till the draft. But he was one of the biggest Senior Bowl winners. I believe we talked about him with our Senior Bowl winners. If not, we should have. And he's absolutely massive. He's 6'4", 330 pounds. He's got an incredible swim move and is just a great pass rusher overall. But he's also very good in the run game. So you're getting a dual threat on the interior defensive side here. And he does a good job at wrapping up and making the tackle, which you might think is a given since he's a big defensive tackle. But as we'll see with one of the guys I have in my top 4, that is not always the case. Tyler, we talked about the same thing with David Bailey a few episodes ago, and being the edge rusher, being on that stacked front 7 for Texas Tech. Does that worry you at all as he transitions to the league?
So for Lee Hunter, it kind of does a little bit. I would say that he was kind of aided in playing with that stacked defensive front, and he was mainly able to focus more as a primary run stopper while his other teammates could contribute more to the pass rush pressure that they brought. So I think he was kind of aided by that being on that stacked defensive front, but it doesn't take away from him still being a very, very good player.
Right. Well, let's move in to the top 4. These guys are all top 35. And at 35 on my big board, I have Caden McDonald. He is the defensive tackle out of Ohio State. I'm just a tad lower than I would say most people, but he is a super effective run disruptor and run defender. He's constantly going to this swipe move that he has down to a T. I mean, it works. I would be going to it that often if, I had a pass rush move that's successful too. I don't play football, but you know what I mean. He's not as great as a pass rusher, and he didn't really have a high motor that one and just motor that you see in a lot of these guys playing through the whistle. And those were really the 2 red flags that I have. The reason I have him at 4, because at number 3, I have Christian Miller out of Georgia, who is number 30 on my big board. And his strength is just incredible. He is the ultimate game wrecker from an interior pass rusher perspective. And in my opinion, he was the most consistent defensive tackle in this class at getting behind the line of scrimmage. He's always making a play of some sort, along with TJ Allen on that defense. So just a bunch of, I guess, literal dogs because they played for Georgia. Tyler, I'm going to come back to you because a lot of people, they have Christian Miller and Caden McDonald flipped. I have Miller higher, as you can see. What were your thoughts on that? Are you agreeing? Are you disagreeing?
I kind of still have McDonald a little bit higher than Miller. I think McDonald he's more ready to go on day 1 than Miller is. I think Miller has a higher ceiling, and he needs to be developed a little bit more, but I think McDonald, for that reason of him being able to go on day 1 potentially, I have him higher for that reason.
All right, well, let's get into the top 2. At number 2, a guy we talked about to the Ravens I'd say a few times.
During their first mock draft.
I was going to say, we kind of strayed away from it recently. It's Peter Woods, the defensive tackle out of Clemson. He's number 27 on my big board. He's fallen a little bit. He was one of the first guys I watched, and when I first watched him, I loved him. I still think he's a great prospect. He's very impressive one-on-one. He's not a guy you want to face one-on-one if you're an offensive lineman. He's an elite run defender. He's quick off the snap at the line of scrimmage, and his hands are going to be in your face. He's a fighter, and he's going probably, it looks like, to fall towards that end of first round, maybe even early second round. He kind of reminds me of Johnny Newton, who was arguably the best tackle in his class and ended up falling to that early second round. Washington picked him up. Tyler, why have we seen him drop throughout the draft process? Are people finally catching up on his film? Is it prospect fatigue? Is it something else?
I feel like it's a little bit of a combo of prospect fatigue, but mainly I feel like part of the problem is he skipped some of the workouts in the combine, specifically the 40-yard dash, due to what was described as a minor hamstring injury. So now our team's questioning, is this a big deal? Should we take this into account more, consideration? I think that's mainly a bigger part of the reason.
All right, well, let's get to my number 1. I was going back and forth between 2 and 1. But ultimately, for number 1, I went with Caleb Banks out of Florida. He's 22nd on my big board, so that's up there. He only played in 3 games, which is why I would say a lot of people probably have Peter Woods, or at least did, above Banks. Maybe Banks is transitioning more towards the top. But he had a terrific showing at both the Senior Bowl and the Combine, which is such a big deal because he only played 3 games this year. Now, when he's on the field, as we've talked about him before, he is an absolute monster. He can disrupt the pass rush as a pass rusher, or get in the backfield with ease as a run defender. My only red flag besides the injuries is his ability to wrap up, which is why I brought it up with Lee Hunter, because it was one of his strong suits, and you would think that's a given, but for Caleb Banks, I saw a few examples where he's in the backfield and he's not able to make the tackle. He's got a hand or two on him, which does worry me just a little bit. But more importantly, the injury. Tyler, does that limited time for him worry you at all with the team possibly taking him early in the first round?
See, I think it does. This is at least the second time he's injured the same foot. It maybe even be the third. And I think that's caused our concern a little bit because a recurring injury like that raises concerns about his durability. And is he going to be able to last on a week-to-week basis going up against the best in the world, essentially? And his limited playing time this year, and now he's sidelined until June with, like I said, that same foot injury. It's concerning, so I think it might lead to him falling a little bit in the draft.
I agree. It could, but at the end of the day, that's my top 10. He's my DT1 for now. We'll see if he remains there.
All right, another perfect top 10 from Donovan. Always a pleasure when we get to hear the top 10. We're going to move on to Goldmine now with Tyler. Goldmine's top 5 positions, players from each position. Tyler's going to start us off with
Outside
tight
of
ends.
the first round.
Outside of the first round, yes.
So I took tight ends, and I feel like the second best tight end is kind of obvious. It's Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt. He's actually a former quarterback who made the switch to tight end in 2023, and he got 62 passes for 769 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. And he was also the recipient of the John Mackey Award in 2025 as the top tight end of the nation. I think he's the clear. He's obviously not going to be a day 1 pick, but he is definitely the clear cut tight end 2 in this draft class.
Yeah. We rolling over? We gonna alternate?
I thought we were alternating.
Yeah, we can alternate. I'll go to mine. I took the interior offensive line, staying in the trenches, I guess. So guards and centers, I have 5 total. I'm going to start off with Chase Basantis out of Texas A&M. I think we could see him go early second round. He's my 3rd overall guard behind Pregnon and Vega Ione, who I think are going to go in the first round. And he's 41st on my big board. He has a very good base and incredible lower body strength. He picks up multiple assignments in one plays more often than not. He's got great drive, great body control. He rarely lets himself get beat one-on-one. And from what I saw, he looks like a smart, high IQ, and I'd say an elite pass blocker as well as a good lead blocker. I think you're getting a safe prospect, a guy that can start day 1 for you in the second round here in Basantis.
For my next tight end, this might come as a surprise to some to have him this high up, but I also have him as day 3 pick. I have Oscar Delp out of Georgia. Like I said, I do think he'll be a day 3 pick, but in this draft, he might be the most experienced tight end in this class. He's pro ready in my opinion, and he might not be the most popular name and bring like the most attention to his name, but he has the movement and skills to make an impact as a pass catcher, and he has more than enough reps as a blocker on the line of scrimmage to be, like I said, be ready to go. He can get solid reps as on an NFL team on Sundays.
All right. I'm going to stick with the guards here before we move to center, and I'm going to talk about Keelan Rutledge out of Georgia Tech. I feel like that's a fairly big name in terms of the offensive line for this class. He's 45th on my big board. He's my 4th guard overall. And similar to Basantis, his base is super strong. His strength is super impressive, and he's a great pure blocker. On the contrary, he is a super aggressive, I guess that's not completely contrary, but he is a super aggressive downfield blocker, literally always looking to run someone over. He's a plug-and-play guy. I think he could play any of the spots on the interior. And he's super aware, high IQ guy, and just incredible one-on-one. So a lot of similarities to Basantis. I thought Basantis was just a tad better, but Keelan Rutledge is a name you want to look out for as well.
For my 3rd tight end, correct me if I'm saying this wrong. I have Justin. Is it Jolie?
I think so.
Jolie out of NC State. Again, I have him as another day 3 pick, but he had 92 catches for 1,150 yards and 11 touchdowns over the last 2 years at NC State, and he had over 450 receiving yards in each campaign. So I feel like he's kind of like he's built kind of like Jonnu Smith. He's comparable to him. Good sized athlete who can drop his weight, and he's also quick with his feet. Large, strong hands, and he can really be a ball winner, be a battler, and get some good catches. Obviously, Jonnu Smith didn't have quite the best year with the Steelers, but I think he's comparable to him in that way, and I think, like I said, day 3 pick as well.
I'm going to move over to one of my centers on this list. A guy I watched recently, actually at the A10 tournament. I was watching him during the last game of, I think, night 2. It's Parker Brailsford out of Alabama. He was their center. He is my 5th center. He's 117th on my big board. That number is definitely going to change because I'm in that range right now. He is super speedy front offensive lineman, has very quick feet. He's not a crazy good run blocker, but most of the time he's going to get the job done. But he does get really low and has really good bend and has very good speed to power. I really wanted to put him higher as a center. The thing keeping him down is he's just a little smaller than your ideal center, especially at the next level. I think we saw a similar thing with Willie Lampkin, who's actually on the Eagles practice squad right now. I think he got drafted to the Rams in the 5th round. He's super feisty, super good, but he's just a lot smaller than you'd like, and he fell for that reason. He got cut from the Rams. He's on the Eagles practice squad now. I think we could probably see something similar with Brailsford. It's not a crazy good center class, so maybe he still goes within the first 5 rounds, but I think there's a better chance of him dropping to that 5th, 6th, 7th round. But I thought he was very impressive given his size.
For my next tight end, I have Max Clare out of Ohio State. I think at his best, he can be a very late day 2 pick. Like I said, at his best, at his peak. But I feel like mainly he's going to land somewhere early day 3. He's transfer out of Purdue, and this is his only season with Ohio State. But he's 6'4", 246 pounds, and he caught 43 passes and for 448 yards and 2 touchdowns in his only season with Ohio State this year. I think he can make a name for himself, and I feel like he's going to fit in very well. And like I said, at his best, at his peak draft stock, he could be a very late day 2 pick.
Well, I got 2 guys left, 1 guard, 1 center, both from Iowa. I'm going to go with the guard first. He's my 5th guard overall, 75th on my big board. It's Bo Stevens, and I don't know, man. There's just something about these Iowa offensive linemen. They got something to them this year. Friend of the show, Jennings Dunker.
Oh, yes.
Bo Stevens, and who I'm going to talk about in a minute. I just feel like these are all going to be mid to late gems in the league. I think they're all going to be good. In terms of Stevens, he's got an unbelievable amount of drive, high motor, playing through the whistle every play, and just uncanny strength from top to bottom. He can block at every level. I mean, I really don't have too much bad to say about him. This is about the consensus of where he's at. I'm actually a little high on him, which I do have to dig deeper, but I wanted to give him a mention. I wasn't going to even put him in the episode notes until this morning. I changed it earlier because I just had to give him a shout-out. I absolutely loved watching his film, and I'm going to dig deeper into him because I need to figure out why he's not getting more hype.
For my last tight end, I took Michael Trigg out of Baylor. Again, another day 3 pick. But here's a guy that's kind of been a journeyman. Also, I mean, kind of expected in the portal era. He spent some time in USC and Ole Miss before transferring to Baylor this past year. And he had a big breakout year this year, and it kind of went under the radar a little bit. 50 receptions for 694 yards and 6 touchdowns this year, all of which were career highs. And he's kind of built almost like a basketball power forward a little bit. He's a bigger guy. And like I said, he had a pretty under the radar breakout season this year, and I think it kind of went unnoticed a little bit. But I think he'll get picked up sometime on day 3.
I'm glad you mentioned him. I'm a big Michael Trigg fan. He's my tight end 3 right now. And when we did favorite team, favorite fits, I think I had him to the Eagles in that segment. So big fan. My last guy, as I mentioned, another Iowa guy is their center, Logan Jones. He is my 3rd overall center, 87th on my big board. He's getting so I'd say pretty big hype. He's in that top 3 center range along with Connor Lew out of Auburn and Sam Heck out of Kansas State. As for Jones, it's similar to Bo Stevens. He's got an incredible amount of drive and strength. He shines more as a pass blocker than in the run game, where he's not very good, which is why I have him a little lower than some other centers, as well as looking a little bit stiff when going, side to side and taking wide grips in pass protection. I wasn't a fan of people were beating him inside there. But overall, my 3rd center, and I think these Iowa offensive linemen are going to prove some people wrong because I don't think any of them are going to go day 1 or possibly even round 2.
All right, well, that's goldmine for you guys. Your top 5 tight ends and interior offensive linemen outside the first round. So draft them, love them. There you go. You got him now.
It's your only option. I still love them.
All right, now we're going to move into our fun segment here. Guess the prospect. I'm going to be
That wasn't
asking.
fun.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Strictly business here. Now,
Right, right.
now we get to play around a little bit. Now we have guess the prospect. I'm going to ask the fellas. I have 4 prospects here. First one is picks 1 through 16. The second one is 16 through 32. And then 3 and 4 are the beginning of second round and the end of the second round. So kind of broad, so I can trick them. Hope to trick them. I'm going to start with their height, weight, grade, and PFF grade, then move on to their stats from this past season. If they can't get that, then I will give them college and position. So let's hop into it with prospect number 1. First hint here, 6 feet tall, 205 pounds, a junior, and 91 PFF grade.
He's a small dude.
I was gonna say definitely smaller.
Probably a receiver. I mean, if it's picks 1 through 16, maybe Makai Lemon. I was going to say, what?
I keep going. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, if there's one thing I learned from the last one, it's trust my gut. So I'd say it's either Lemon or a corner. Maybe McCoy.
I mean, I feel like I would go Lemon. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like a smaller receiver build.
I agree.
That's kind of who I'm leaning towards.
And McCoy didn't play this year, so he probably won't have a 91 PFF grade. You want to lock in Lemon?
Yeah, I'd say go with it.
All right.
Lock in Lemon?
Yeah.
It's not Lemon.
Not Lemon. All right.
All right, so second stat here, 15 games played, 812 total snaps, 44 solo tackles, and 2 interceptions. So
Okay, so it's got to be either Delane or Terrell. It's probably Delane. I don't know if
Well,
Terrell.
15 games played, so
Not McCoy.
yeah.
Probably. I think Terrell's the smaller of the two. 6 foot. I'm pretty sure Delane's bigger than that.
Yeah, I would
He's
go
like 6'2". Avion Terrell.
Yeah.
Okay.
locking in.
Yeah.
Wow, it's not even a throw.
Oh crap.
All right, do you need third in here?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Oh wait. Is it? No. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, the third hint's gonna give it away here. You guys are gonna feel
Is it Caleb Downs?
it's not Downs.
Okay.
I'll tell you right there. Ready? Safety. Oregon.
Oh, it's Dylan Thine.
Yeah.
I was looking at him. I thought he was a little bigger than.
No.
Would you say 205?
Yeah, 6'205".
I thought he was a little huskier than that. Dang. All right.
All right. So
Starting off
yeah.
tough early.
I think he was rated 16 too. So
Yeah,
You said he had a
I was gonna say-
91.
Yes,
PFF
91.
grade?
I didn't
That's
realize
insane.
I didn't realize he'd be top 16 on PFF.
I was looking. I was like, wow, 91 and top 16.
That was not
crazy.
on my radar.
That is crazy.
Anyway, prospect number 2 here. 6 feet tall as well. 204 pounds. Redshirt junior. 87.4 PFF grade.
And this is 16 or 32.
Yes.
I feel like this could be Lemon as well.
It's
What was his
another
measure?
smaller guy. What was it?
What is it?
6 feet,
foot?
204.
So pretty similar build.
I don't think he's going to go defense twice in a row.
Would Lemon be in that? What is it?
He might be
17 to
5'11".
30? But would he be in that 17? Are we in the 17 to 32 range?
Yeah, 16,
like I feel like
32.
he'd be top 16 now.
I mean, I have PFS big board up right now.
Cheating, bro.
Well, I can't have that? All right.
Now you can look at it. Now you can look at it.
He might be. I don't know. I mean, they have it on 15 now, but they also have Vitamin at 11, so I think they updated it since he made this list. They updated it yesterday at 9:30 in the morning, so I guess not. But
No. Yeah, I made it last night, so.
it could be McCoy. Oh, wait. He can't because he doesn't have a PFF grade, or does he? He has a PFF grade from 2024. That's my film. Whoops. We could rip Terrell. I don't know if it's going to be McCoy.
Yeah, I mean,
Omar Cooper might be in that
Lemon's in the
range, but
top
he's smaller.
16, so it's definitely not him.
You want to rip
Yeah,
Terrell?
Yeah, go Terrell. I
Alright.
was thinking maybe McCoy, but go Terrell.
We'll lock in Terrell
Terrell?
again.
It's not Terrell. All right.
This one's harder than the
Second
last
hit here. This one probably good away. We got 16 games played, 937 yards, 13 TDs, and 69 receptions.
16 games played.
Oh, is it Sadiq? No.
No,
Say
Oregon
that
only
again.
played 15.
Yeah.
It was either
16 games played, 937 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 69 receptions.
Omar Cooper, but I think he's smaller than that. What was his height?
6 feet.
16 games played, so
It's
that's
either a player from Indiana or Miami. Aren't they the only two teams?
yeah. I guess it has to be Cooper then.
Yeah.
I thought he was smaller than
general
that.
consensus.
All right, we'll lock in Omar Cooper.
It's Cooper. Yep.
All right,
Okay.
good call.
Good
there.
job. All right.
We're 1-1.
Yes. Number 3 here. This is the beginning of the second round. We have 6'2", 249 pounds, a senior with an 85.3 PFF grade.
Dang. Say those measurables again. 6'2".
6'2", 249.
Dang, he's fat. 6'2", 250. Second round. Could be looking at like a linebacker maybe.
Probably.
85.3 PFF grade. That's high for a second round pick. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Do you have the big board up or is that cheating? You don't know. I was asking Tyler.
Oh, are you asking me if I have the big board
Yeah.
up? I do.
I'm not looking at their measurables, but I don't even know, dude. It could be like
What range?
I feel
what range
I
is
look you
it?
feel like Zion Young, but I'm pretty sure we
Maybe
did
it
him
was the
last
We
time.
did him last time.
First
Yeah.
and second round.
I mean, Leo probably doesn't care if we did it last time.
I'm not saying anything. What about you guys?
Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. I don't know. I feel like we might need another hint.
You need another one?
Yeah,
All straight measurables, that's tough. You want to lock in at least Zion Young because we don't get a penalty for guessing.
I guess, but I don't.
All right, yeah.
We can say it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed.
Is it him?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna say there's no way.
Cool,
twice,
bro.
Twice in a row.
All right, so here's stats. 10 games played, 372 yards, 6 sacks, and 372
What?
snaps.
Oh.
372 snaps, 6 sacks, and 19 hurries.
Okay, 6 sacks. Probably looking at an edge. I'm thinking 6'2", Malachi Lawrence, maybe. Joshua Josephs, but I think he'll be back half a second round. Chris McClellan, maybe, or Grayson Holton, 2 of the DTs. Any thoughts here, Tyler?
What were the measurables?
6'2", 249.
Maybe like
It's
Armason
definitely-
Thomas?
It's definitely not Malachi Lawrence.
Okay. Maybe Armason Thomas, but
Did he have that many sacks?
I mean maybe. I don't know. I don't have his stats memorized or I'd know. But we gotta guess someone. I feel like he's like that height and weight, that like athletic-ish build. Maybe he's a lean 250, I would assume.
I mean, yeah. Okay, he only played 10 games, so Oklahoma played a total of 13. So
Yeah.
he missed 3. Did he miss time?
I don't know.
I don't follow him that
I don't
closely.
remember. He was one of the first guys I looked at. I don't remember if he missed 3 games or not. Maybe like Gabe Yakis out of Illinois. He's another edge rusher. I think he had more than 6 sacks though.
I don't know. I think I'd go with Armason Thomas.
All right, let's lock him in.
Armason Thomas?
Yeah.
It is Armason Thomas.
Bang!
It is Armason Thomas. Good job. All right, last prospect here for Guess Our Prospect. 6'2", 200 pounds, redshirt senior, 90.1 PFF grade.
Whoa.
90.
6. That's Jacob Rodriguez all day.
Heisman finalist. No, he wasn't a finalist. He was, what, 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have been Heisman finalist.
Should have.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good guess.
Just lock him in right away.
It's not Jacob Rodriguez.
That was worth a guess though.
It was. That was a good guess, but it's not Jacob
Okay,
Rodriguez.
so it's probably a linebacker then if it's a good guess. What are the stats?
10 games played, 608 snaps, 24 solo tackles, and 4 interceptions.
Could be a corner, big corner. 10 games played, so what? Probably to make the playoffs.
Most likely, or they're injured.
Keith Abney, he was with
I feel like he's
ASU.
higher. Like he,
Yeah, it's
we
true.
would have passed. Like that came to mind
Maybe,
as
like-
well, but
Josiah Trotter, the linebacker out of Mizzou.
might be.
Anthony Hill, linebacker. Wait, did Texas make the playoffs? No.
No, they did not this year.
Jake Golday out of Cincinnati. I'm just looking at my big board right now. I feel like it's a linebacker. I would go Trotter if I had to guess right now. But 24 tackles is throwing me off. Like, that feels like it should be a corner. But there's no corner, 250 pounds.
Oh yeah, all the corner. It's definitely not a corner, and plus all of them. I feel
This
like
guy's 200 pounds, not 250.
Oh, 200 pounds.
I feel like all the corners though, like with those kind of numbers, are
I mean, like,
gone. Like
Chris Johnson, maybe, out of SDSU. They definitely didn't make the playoffs.
no way.
I feel like that's like a Chris Johnson stat line.
I'm good with that. I mean,
Alright.
I'm kind of stumped on this one.
Lock in Chris Johnson.
This one's a bit harder.
It is not Chris Johnson.
Oh, crap. All right. Give us the position and then the team. Position and one more guess without
It's
the
a
team.
corner.
Okay, it's a corner.
Corner.
Crap.
Okay.
Traden Stukes out of Zona, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah.
It could be. I mean, that's the only other guess I have. It's not Colton Hood.
No, he would have been higher.
Probably not
He's
Keith.
like-
Keith Abney's higher. Keontae Scott's too small.
Because I thought of Keith Abney, but then I was like, he's like end of the first
Yeah.
round, early second.
I think it's got to be Stukes.
Dukes is like the only corner really on the board at this stage of the game.
Yeah. All right. Lock it in.
It is Stukes. Yeah, it is.
Way to
Stukes.
finish, Tyler.
Yes. I stumped you with
We
one.
had one, lad.
Yeah, I got
we
you.
had one. Have one, lad.
I got you with the first one, which was
did.
probably the easiest one. But
Well, if you would have gave us the team
Yeah.
there, you were merciful upon us.
yes, I was. All right. Got anything else for this episode?
No, that was fun.
That was fun.
We're getting closer. It's
are
getting
getting
towards
close.
draft time. We're gonna.
almost there, almost
What,
there.
A month away, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait.
All right. Well, that's
Well-
gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for this episode, episode 8. Glad we get the prospect back. We had really fun, but we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.